Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater, Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another West Coast Wednesday here on Prospector Radio. You might have to deal with us a little bit tonight. Skype forced an upgrade on us, and it's a little squirrely in my opinion, but we're here, and we're going to see what we can do to make this happen, get Scott's guest in here and everything else. So, as usual, joining me tonight, I got four of the co-hosts here. First off, we got Mr. Rich Cooley. What's happening, Rich?
Not much. How's everybody going tonight?
Doing okay, man. You have a good week so far?
Yeah, pretty much. Just working around the house, and I just finally got some punch plate in the mail today from McMaster-Carr, so I'll be working on the dredge a little bit.
Oh, nice. Good for you. And you're not going to make it to Gold Rush Days this week, are you?
Nope. I'm not going to be able to make it to Gold Rush Days because the Crony Club outing is too close to it.
Right. It's like right around the corner. And aShad, we did get another person that signed up for it, so I'll send you that name, and you can add it to the list.
We still got 2 slots left?
Yeah. Well, we ain't heard from Caleb, so we still might have 3 spots left. You know?
Oh, okay.
But 2...
Caleb didn't pay yet.
Officially 2. Caleb ain't even really RSVP'd yet, so, you know. So I don't have a clue. So we're going to say 2 still. But they only got what we gave them till what? Labor Day or Memorial Day, whatever holiday's coming up, and then that's
Labor
it.
Day,
It's closed after that. So, yeah, so if you want in, get in. So what else is happening now? Get that any gardening done, Rich?
Yeah, I did my potatoes. I got about 45, 50 pounds of potatoes.
Uh-huh.
I got them all dried and packed away in the refrigerator, and the job this weekend is going to be cleaning out the freezers, and I got 2 hogs to butcher.
Oh, man.
I got to get the freezer out and get everything relocated. Since my freezer screwed up a couple of weeks ago, I had to repack everything, so now I got to take everything out and put it back, and
Holy moly.
to get my refrigerator fixed there before, so now I got take everything back out, redo it, and might as well clean the freezer where I got it all out. And,
I guess so,
and then I got to cut up 2 hogs. So.
Oh, geez, you're going to be busy. That'll definitely give you plenty to do, won't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yep, we're going to, out of 1 whole hog, we're going to make bacon, hopefully.
Ah, out of 1 whole hog, you're going to make just bacon?
Yep.
Dang, that's a lot of
bacon.
bacon.
We're going to try, anyway.
Going to try? I'm sure you'll manage it.
Well, you got to have a lot of breakfasts in the winter.
Yep. We're going to debone everything and then just do it up that way. My buddy's got a smoker. We're going to marinate her for about a week or 2 and smoke it.
Oh, nice. Well,
Rich, have you tried any of it yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we made a batch of it there the last hog, and it's really, really good.
Nice. Well, enjoy.
I'll probably be bringing some to the outing.
Ooh, some fresh bacon? That'd be awesome.
Yep.
Heck
I think
yeah.
I still have some left from the last one, so if this doesn't get done by then I'll have some.
Oh, that'll be definitely nice. Some fresh hog bacon. That'd be pretty cool.
Yep.
Awesome, Rich. Well, man, I'm glad you're here tonight, brother. Everything else going okay?
Yep.
Good.
Everything's going good.
Nice. Well, thank you for being here as always. We appreciate
Thanks for
you
having
being
me.
here. Oh, you're welcome. Also joining us, we got our very own Miss Dredging Up News, Kathleen Biffle. What's happening, Kathleen?
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Oh, doing great. Doing great.
It's your favorite day, Wednesday, hump day.
Yep, it is my favorite day because it's all smooth sailing from today on, right?
Yeah, right. I can only say, I hope so.
Well, I got a 4-day weekend coming up, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, you're off. So you're off Friday too?
No.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yes.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, the birthday's on Sunday, so
Oh, well.
maybe Dennis will sing for me, or is he going to be around?
I don't know. I thought you weren't going to be around. You're not going to be around, are you?
Oh, well, I can still, get on for the show. I mean,
Oh,
we'll
okay.
be
All
able
right.
to do that.
Okay. I hope Dennis is going to be around and sing for you. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
I gotta do the show on my birthday.
Yes. Well, I agree 100%. So heck yeah, that's cool. Any more baby koi's did you come across?
No, we didn't have any more that popped up. But the little guy, he's doing okay. He's starting to swim with the big fishes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but the pieces of food were too big for his little mouth.
Oh, jeez.
So I have to.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
I have to like smush up the pieces like baby fish food.
Oh. Oh my God. You're spoiling it already, huh? Jeez, Louise.
I'm crazy koi lady. I officially am crazy koi lady.
Okay, we'll go with that. If you're okay with it, we are too. The crazy koi lady, Kathleen Biffle. Yeah, very nice.
It's great to be here. We missed everybody on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah.
But we went to Indiana this past weekend, but I didn't get to do any panning or, gold prospecting.
None at all?
No. Didn't have time. It was one of those whirlwind weekends. We did it all in less than 30 hours.
Right.
So.
Okay. No, that's a whirlwind then.
But I did get to see my friend Janelle and see her new place and, goof around. So it was fun.
That's a good trip, I think. Nothing wrong with that. As long as you had fun, you didn't get to prospect. Now, are you going to prospect this weekend, or?
Yes. The plan is to go this weekend somewhere and prospect. So
nice.
And she's going for the gold.
I am going for the gold.
Are you going to make it to Gold Rush for anything, or are you not going to make it at all?
Unfortunately, no. I won't. We won't be down there for anything.
Gotcha.
We thought we could swing it, but it doesn't look like with the schedule if that's going to work.
Right. Makes sense. I understand perfectly.
Not this year, but
no.
Everybody's going. Have fun.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody have a great time.
Now, will you be able to go, or?
No. No, I won't be able to go either. So, and then Dennis can't go because he's in California.
He's in California.
Rich can't go because it's just too close for him to do 2 trips in a row.
Right. That's a big haul.
Yeah.
You know what? Why did Dennis go to California again?
Roaring camp.
Oh, that's right. Lisa, I was telling Lisa last night, and I was like, I just went blank. I was like, why did Dennis go? I was like, I just lost all track of thought on what the heck I was saying. And I couldn't think of it. I was sitting there thinking of it today. I was like, why the heck did he go to California? I was like, oh my God.
He planned this trip like a year ago.
Yeah, I know he's had it, but I couldn't remember where he went or what he was doing.
That's what it was.
Well, that's what I figured. But I couldn't, I couldn't remember where he went or anything like that. I was like, "Holy cow! I can't believe I forgot that."
Yeah.
Yep. Roaring.
Well, I'm getting ready for the Cronies Club outing. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's coming up.
It's coming up fast.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, I think. Just about. Yeah. That is fast.
I got some shopping to do.
Yep. So
Daddy Warbucks are going to give me some money.
Yep, the cutoff day is Monday we said, so you'll know the number you need and I'll shoot you some money, okay?
That's right. I've got a big list of things that I want to try to pick up for our little gift exchange thingy.
Cool.
You guys are going to have fun.
Oh yeah. Have a great time.
I'm looking forward to it. In fact, one of Shad's local events of interest tonight is covering an area around there, and it just got me thinking when I was looking for that event, just about the area and just how beautiful it's going to be. I mean, the drive through the Blue Ridge Mountains is just phenomenal.
Oh, really?
For East Coast standards, I mean, you got the Rockies or out west. I get it, but the Blue Ridge Mountains are just so pretty.
They're nice, yeah.
They filmed Dirty Dancing there.
Really?
Yeah. They the story actually was supposed to have taken place in the Catskills in New York, but the actual movie was shot in Asheville.
I didn't know that.
That's a fun fact.
Me neither.
You and your fun facts. I had no clue. Wow. Very interesting, Kathleen. That is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to the drive. I think it'll be therapeutical, maybe. I don't
It's going to
have
be
a
what
clue.
the doctor ordered.
Yeah, maybe. We will see. You know, but
So,
look forward to
It'd
seeing
be great if you could, we could follow each other again. But
Yeah.
I don't know what your schedule's like.
I don't neither. I still don't yet. Yeah.
Okay.
When are you leaving? We'll have to talk about this. We'll have to discuss this and find out.
We will.
Yeah, we definitely will. Yeah.
Well, my brother's coming down too, and that's exciting. 'cause
Yeah, Ben will be
I
there.
haven't been able to prospect with him all year because he coaches baseball for his son's team. So he's itching to go out.
Right. Oh, he's ready.
What a
then.
way to go!
Yeah, I think wasn't the last time he prospected with you was at what event was that?
Last.
Oh, I thought it was like the
outing.
wasn't it the Fossick? Didn't he come to the Fossick and
No,
No, I think it was Corny Club outing last year.
really?
Yeah,
Oh.
he hasn't
He
been out.
hasn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
he hasn't been out.
Jeez. Okay. Well, yeah, then that's going to be great. Having him
Yeah, I
there.
think so.
Oh, heck yeah.
We're gonna hit the gem mines all
Mm-hmm.
around that area too. So it's gonna be a
Gonna be a good
National
time.
Lampoon's family vacation.
Pretty much. Pretty much. It's what it's going to be. But it's going to be fun.
Sure to be a hoot.
It is going to be. Now, we know you got some news for us tonight, right?
I do.
Okay.
I do have some stories. I don't have as many
Okay.
because I knew that we had other things going on. So
Right.
It'll be, brief, but the fun fact's kind of fun.
Okay. Well, looking forward to it as always. And
The fun fact will involve audience participation. so,
really?
a little bit.
Okay, that's different. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast, like always. So, can't wait, Kathleen. I want to thank you again for being here. I'm glad you're here, like always.
Great to be here.
All right. Also joining us, we got the other half of the Biffles. We got Mr. Shad Biffle. What's happening, Shad?
Not a whole lot. How you doing, Tim?
I'm hanging in there, brother. Hanging in. This Skype thing's making me nuts. But other than that, I'm here. So what's been going on with you?
Oh, not too much. Just getting ready for the weekend, really. I've been doing that since Monday.
Really? Because it's the birthday weekend. So it takes a little extra planning, right?
Well, that, and I woke up and for work on Monday, and I was really hoping it was Friday.
Oh, yeah. We always do, don't we? Always, brother. That is for sure, man. So you looking forward to this birthday weekend?
Oh yeah, it's been a couple weeks really since we got out.
Mm-hmm.
To celebrate, Kathleen's what she wants to do and
Right.
take her off and away and just have a good time and.
Sounds like it. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and it'd be nice with everything with work to have just a little bit extra time off and decompress.
Do you get a 4-day weekend too?
Oh yeah, I took Tuesday off as well. Just that's our National Day of Nothing.
I like it. A National Day of Nothing. We should make that a holiday.
Yes.
I think so.
That sounds like a heck of a plan. Man. So everything else is all good with you though, buddy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Excited for Cronies Club outing. We're closing in on it, so it's going to be a great time.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yep.
sir. And are you still taking orders for them shirts or?
Well, yeah. I mean, if there's any more people interested, we still have time, and we can get Dennis your name and sizes that you want.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody going down to the Cronies Club outing, you'll just pay there when you get your shirt. But if anybody else is interested, just to have a Cronies Club outing shirt, if you can't make it, just to support the show, let us know and we'll make sure we get you one. So
Heck yeah. Pretty cool. Yeah, just contact any of us, right? And we'll send
That's
it on to
right.
Dennis. Now, Dennis was going to call, but his signal was kind of botched up, so he wasn't able to call. He was going to call in from Roaring Camp, wasn't he, Shad?
Yep. Yeah, he the signal just kept going in and out, and it's hard for him to have a stable connection. So, and what sucks was his ride. He finished prospecting early to obviously get to a spot to call in for the show.
Right.
And so they dropped him off because it's not too close to camp.
Right.
Well, his ride wasn't going to pick him up for 2 hours.
Oh, no.
And, he kept trying to call me, and I'd talk a little bit, then lose him. And he was like, I finally heard, I walk camp. So I figured he's walking to camp.
He walked camp? Okay.
He gave up, trying to get a good signal where he
poor
was at.
Dennis. I feel bad for him. Oh, sorry, Dan.
Hey, that's a gold adventure, though. He won't forget.
Oh, he did it last year. He loved it, so that's why he did it again. But sorry we couldn't hear from him tonight, that's for sure. Wanted to hear a quick update of what's been happening at Roaring Camp. But he can tell us all about it when he gets back, if anything else. Right? So
yeah.
I know you got your usuals, your metal prices, and your birthdays.
You better believe it.
Well, roll on, brother.
All right, gold's up $6, closing at $1,208.
Okay.
Silver is up 2 cents, closing at $14.70.
Mm-hmm.
Platinum is up $8 to $797. And good old palladium, man, that's been coming back harder than ever. Up $19, closing at $963.
Oh, man. Okay. So things are moving. Let's see what happens by Sunday. That's what I always like to figure anyway. And what about your birthdays? Dennis ain't here to sing. Scott, you going to sing?
Oh, my goodness. I guess I have to.
I guess so. It looks that way. Take it away, Scott.
Am I supposed to do it now?
Shad, is he supposed to do it now?
Yep, take it away, Scott.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
That works.
Shoot 'em, Shad.
All right, we have Brian Whitley, Kazman 2, Chuck Young, David Thompson, Don Newell, Edmund Kowalski, Jay Watts, Casey Hunt, Linda Fontana, Meriton, I think that's how you say it, Michael Miller, Ralph Weiser, Ralph Casto, and Ralph Pierce. So it's a day of Ralphs. And then tomorrow we got Barry Stewart, Brad Eichens, Carl Moritz, Dustin Broom, Eric Moritz, and Jay Johansson. So happy birthday.
And one more, Shad. Yeah, I think his birthday was yesterday. A good friend of ours, Mr. John Shaw. So
that's right.
We'll add that one in there, too. Happy birthday, everybody.
Yeah, really, no doubt. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Shad, thank you, brother, for everything. Thank you for being here, as always. And I'm sure we'll be hearing from you in the news with Kathleen, right?
That's right.
Awesome. Thank you again, buddy. All right. Also joining us, last but not least, our West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater. Tony, what's happening, Scott?
Oh, man, there's a whole lot of things happening now. I've been working on my little setup, getting everything tidied away. Want to know what I got to get to go with myself and to be beneficial. I don't want to take stuff that I'm not ever going to use.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking if I don't take it, it's going to bite me. So I'm kind of thinking of taking the whole arsenal. I mean, I've got a trailer. It's a toy hauler. So, I mean, it's big enough that I can actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
And still have enough space to be, comfortable.
Right.
And plus I have the back of the truck, which, it loads a lot more too. So I'm thinking about putting a 6-inch dredge in the back of the truck. And then all my, like the Gold Cube and such like that, my 3-inch high banker that I got from Chris Miller, the ones I used to talk about. I still got all that. That's going with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'll set really nice in the trailer with a couple of bind downs because it does have the fasteners on the floor.
Right.
And because, it's a toy hauler, so you probably have them in there. But they're really placed to where I'm like, wow, I could just 2 of them. I could pretty much lock down a lot of stuff sitting in here. And especially if they're in tubs. So I'm going to invest in a couple tubs and make sure that everything's squared away. And, it's a lot of planning. I didn't do this last year. I just went up and took my equipment and just knew what I was going to do. And this year, now you're totally mobile.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the option of picking up and taking off and going to where, somebody's been finding gold for a week and a half, and they've been telling people about it, and then you could dig with them, or, you're at least in the vicinity.
Right.
If they got water, and which is going to be very important this year. I am not going to dry wash this year.
Uh-huh.
No. I saw, you know what, Tim? I made sure I wouldn't because I sold my dry washer.
Well, that's one way to prevent it.
That's exactly, and I told myself I am not going to dry wash this year. So everything, even my videos this year is going to be around the water. I'm, like I said, I'm planning on doing the Arizona thing, and then heading up to I don't know if I want to go to Northern California or if I want to go to Nevada and play around a little bit. I know Nevada's dry, but I know there's some places that you can get to that's got a little water.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my plans. And then, like I said, Oregon and Washington. And then from there, that's when I'm going to have to make the big decision to go up and go maybe see Ray and Juneau. I don't know. They say you could take a ferry across, just drive through Canada.
Right.
But then I also have the option of coming back down and through Idaho and Utah and swinging over towards Colorado. And then by November, I should be back here and fulfilling another year and coming back here and digging in the Bradshaws again.
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool.
I hope it works. I hope it works.
It will.
And it'll be fun. And like I said, I'll make videos just to show where I'm at, what I'm doing,
right.
And we'll go from there.
Right. Now, don't you got something going on tonight on
Yes,
the show here?
I do.
What are you doing?
Yes, I do. I've got a special guest, a new friend. Actually, his name's Brian Chase, and you guys might know him as the Alaskan American on Go Prospector Space.
Uh-huh.
But he was nice enough to get with me when I put fingers out there, to figure out if I could get somebody to come on. And everybody knows that I've been really interested in beach mining,
right.
And I want to. This is a guy that did it. He's been there. And he knows the rules, the ins and outs, the things to use. And I think it not only is it going to be beneficial for me, but I think it'll be beneficial to all listeners, that actually have a thought of actually going out and, going to Oregon or going to Washington, which I know they're not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you always, and he's going to know more about Washington.
Okay.
But just as far as mining the beach, what you can do, what you can't, how far you can go down, reasons why. Like I said, I had a great talk with him, and I found him to be really informational. And I was like, man, okay, I want you to come on and do a show because I think everybody should know it.
Sure, I think it'll be cool. Well, we look forward to hearing that tonight. I think it'll be interesting for sure, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Like I said, I talked to him, and it was all the information that I was really eager to know.
Mm-hmm.
And he had it right off the top of his head. Now, since I asked him to be on the radio show, I'm sure he did a little more research and some back home work and stuff like that,
right.
and caught up on a couple of things. But I think it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be beneficial to our listeners and beneficial to me as well, because I don't have this information, folks. This is brand new, right out of the box. It's like a brand new toy to me.
All right.
So, yeah, the stuff that he's going to be telling us tonight is the stuff that I'm going to be sinking in, just like you, the listener. So that's what makes a good show to me, and I'm glad that Brian decided to come on tonight and actually talk with us.
Oh, heck yeah. Well, we look forward to it. So you tell him to call in when you start your segment, and we'll get him on here as quick as we can and get that rolling. So thank you for being here, Scott, as always.
All right, thank you much.
It. Looking forward to the segment tonight. And on that note, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be back with Kathleen Biffle dredging up the news. We'll be right back, everyone.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men, and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
Okay, everyone. It is August 29th, 2018. I'm going to start off with a story that I saw in the Associated Press, U.S. News. This is about our good friend, Shannon Poe of AMRA. 2 weeks ago, and I think some of you have even seen it posted on social media, a conservation group has filed a federal lawsuit contending that a miner in Idaho is ignoring environmental laws and encouraging unpermitted mining by other gold seekers. Well, in its citizen enforcement lawsuit filed in the U.S. District Court, the Idaho Conservation League contends that suction dredge mining by Shannon is violating the Federal Clean Water Act on the South Fork of the Clearwater River. Critics say the dredging can destroy fish spawning beds and discharge settlement and smother fish eggs. Under the act, the dredge miners need a permit from the U.S. From the U.S. EPA. The lawsuit basically is saying that Shannon has dredged the South Fork of the Clearwater River numerous times since 2014 without a permit, which, as we all know, it's not true.
It is bogus.
Shannon Poe did receive a permit from the Idaho Department of Water Resources, and he questions why he also needs permits from the U.S. Forest Service and the other federal agencies. But what they failed to mention was that, they were asking for a plan of operations. The article didn't mention anything about that. The waterway is designated as a critical habitat for protected steelhead, salmon, and bull trout. The lawsuit asks a judge to impose civil penalties for previous violations that Shannon was alleged to have done by operating the suction dredge, in the previous years. The lawsuit asks the judge also to impose civil penalties unless he, complies.
Right.
Penalties for illegal dredging can surpass up to $50,000 a day.
Holy cow.
The group's lawsuit also seeks court costs from Shannon. So Jonathan Oppenheimer of the Ohio Conservation League said the group has notices pending against another 11 miners. It has documented, they said they documented this with the photos and the videos of them breaking the law. Jonathan Oppenheimer also says that nearly 30 dredge miners have been on the river this year, but only 14 obtained the permits. The lawsuit was filed, he said, because federal and state officials didn't act to make sure miners follow the law. So now they're experts at interpreting the law.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
Oh, it's just bad. I mean, you got a federal mining claim. You should be allowed to mine it. I mean, you're not going to be out there with a shovel in the water. What do they expect? And they want to act like it's hurting the fish. You know what?
I think they had him targeted because they had even said earlier, the Idaho Forest Service officials had said earlier this year that they were aware that some dredge miners on the river haven't been following the rules. So that could be hence the wind. Well, I won't say it, but maybe they just knew he was going to be there, so they started causing trouble. And we know that, because Shannon's been on the show while he was there and, reporting daily what was going on, and it was insane. It was just harassment. It was really a bunch of harassment on their part.
I just think it's really funny that they come up with the trout, the steelhead, and believe it or not, folks, if you don't know how they do it in a fish farm, they suck them up with a dredge to go in the truck.
Right.
They blow them out of the truck.
Here's the key thing about that whole article, and even that Oppenheimer dude, like Kathleen said, if the U.S. Forest Service, if the state of Idaho, the federal government didn't see Shannon breaking the law and thus detaining him and arresting him and charging him, that doesn't mean, because you think they should have, let's just file a lawsuit.
Yeah. It's stupid, and it's going to waste money.
I just hope they lose their money.
Well, like I said, I think unless they got the judge in the pocket, it's got to be like this. If he was really at fault, why didn't you guys arrest him? Why didn't the sheriff arrest him? He didn't arrest him because he was in the right. What are we even doing here? That's what a real judge should say.
Well, I'm sure Shannon's got a big smile on his face because, in a way, this is going to give him a chance and a platform, really, to start continuing to push the absurdity of some of these rules and these groups that are out there of what they're trying to do. So I think he'll spin it around. He's a smart man.
Yes.
I mean, if somebody come out and just seen how it worked, they would just say, that's just bogus. I mean, even the most animal lover in the world could come out and go, well, okay, never mind. I mean, we got pictures and cameras of fish sitting in front of a 6-inch dredge, just like, la, 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 like it's nothing. They're not even getting sucked up in it, and they're right in front of it. And a 6-inch dredge, that's got a lot of, it's got a lot of pull to it.
Not to mention all the trash that's taken out.
Look how much lead and mercury we do take out. I mean, for real.
Right. So it's, we just want to continue to, keep in touch with what's going on, and any support that you can give AMRA would be great. Check out their website to hear the news. I know that they post a lot of current articles on what's really going on, because sometimes I might get the article a little bit late. I only do the news once a week, so there could be time that lapse. So check out, and we'll be thinking about Shannon and AMRA.
Oh, definitely.
In their battle. All right, so this is a story in Alaska. Last weekend, a man digging for ivory on St. Lawrence Island. I guess this is a little tiny island in the Bering Sea. Anyway, he found a different kind of treasure. What he found was a piece of Alaska's military history, and it still had the name of the person it belonged to.
Really?
Wow.
Edwin Campbell said he was relic hunting. I don't know. I mean, was he looking for ivory relics? I'm not sure. But anyway, he said he was relic hunting on Sunday, and he found I guess the area he was at was one of Alaska's closest points to the Russian Far East. So he was digging, and then that's when he found the helmet. The helmet still had handwriting on it, and it was it even had a name, Ralph G., then Master Sergeant Wayne Kelly. I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
So anyway, he's hoping that the owner, or he can contact either the owner or the relatives of the owner to give it back to him. But he also found a grenade as well. I guess it was inert. And he found this about 5 to 6 feet deep when he was digging for either relics or ivory. The article was kind of conflicting, so I didn't know. I mean, I don't know why you would dig 7 feet for a relic.
Yeah.
You got a signal, that's why.
I guess so.
There's something there. It's not a pull tab.
You know what's really bad?
For ivories.
You know what's really bad? I mean, no jokes aside, but you remember the old motto, you can miss gold by an inch or a mile?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just think, he found that grenade, he found that helmet. If he would have backed up 3 feet, he could have found him.
Never know.
Because if you fell down and you had a grenade in your hand, if you fall down, you're going to toss the grenade and your helmet's going to go in front of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Great.
He could have found him.
So he's wanting to do the right thing and locating the relatives. So.
Wow, that's a cool story.
That is cool.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
I just have one global news story tonight, and then I'll turn it over to Shad for local events of interest.
All right.
This one's kind of cool. In Thailand, scientists believe they may have found a new habitat for microscopic organisms inside a garnet. A garnet. Recent research found really strange shape markings inside these garnet stones from Thailand. The researchers discovered that fatty acid had collected in these markings. This suggests that an extremely small organism or microbe dug the markings into the garnet. A Thai exchange student at the University of Southern Denmark, I don't even know if I want to try to pronounce the name, because Thais have really long names, but here I go.
Go for it.
The first name is Bangkok. And the last name is Pichakamjora. Look at this.
Yeah. Look at your people.
There's 30 letters in this name.
What was that name again?
It's just an exchange student, evidently. And these, there's nothing, nobody's ever discovered them. So basically, what they did was they went back to where this garnet came from, which was a river near Chiang Mai, in Thailand. The team compared the biological material found in the garnets there to other minerals found, including quartz and hematite, and none of the comparable stones anyway showed signs of these fatty acids. So it's just kind of weird story.
It is
that this would happen. But I guess they looked further down the river and collected some garnets. I guess garnets just laying everywhere there. They could see these tunnel structures evolving as the further down the river they went. So
strange.
Something weird happened in that river along,
Yeah, that's strange.
It's really weird.
It is.
So anyway, I thought that was kind of a cool story.
It is. I like that. That's interesting.
A gemstone. And I happen to be wearing a garnet today on my finger. So
very cool. See, it fit right in.
What's that?
I said it fit right in with the story. What was that guy's name?
Did.
But what was that student's name again? I didn't quite catch it.
Well, okay, so my older sister was born in Thailand, and she has a really long Thai name. And then I'm just fortunate that I came out with Kathleen. Because this name is just as long as hers.
And what's her name? How do you say your sister's name?
Bungan Yutan Bithipong.
What?
She goes by On.
She goes by On.
It sounded like you said Bayou Titty or Bayou Woody Titty Bakong or something. My guy's like, what?
Well, I said it kind of fast.
Okay, say it again.
Bungan Yutan Bithipong.
Bithipong.
That's all. That's one name. That's the first name.
Yeah. It was really kind of interesting when she graduated high school.
Oh, I bet.
In the small town we were from, there weren't that many Thai children. So
Wow.
he said he goes, "Oh, this is the name I've been practicing for 4 years to say it right."
That's crazy.
He almost got it right.
That is awesome. Well, hey, tell your sister that we were proud to hear her name tonight on the.
There you go. I'll turn this over to Shad now for local events of interest.
Thank you, Kathleen. All right, for all you folks up there near or around in Casper, Wyoming, a 300-foot mining tunnel in central Wyoming that has been abandoned for 150 years is being opened to the public this September 1st. The tunnel is located on a hillside at the South Pass City State Historic Site and was constructed largely by hand during the Wyoming Gold Rush. The workers used picks, shovels, and gunpowder to excavate about 3 feet of tunnel a day. But back in 1868, shortly after opening, the project hit stumbling blocks instead of gold, and the tunnel was abandoned. So after 150 years, this September 1st, it will be opened for tours.
Ooh.
The event is going to be called Tunnel into the Past, Tunnels and Trail Days. It includes a public opening of 5 miles of interpretive. That ain't spelled like that.
Interpretive
or educational trails include scavenger hunts, geology walks, and nature walks. The South Pass City State Historic Site spans 389 acres and includes the Carissa Mine and 29 original town buildings people can tour. This September 1st will serve as the formal dedication of the trails. So definitely check that one out. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Shad, when you said it went 3 feet a day, was that like hand picking?
Yes.
With picks, shovels, and gunpowder to excavate only 3 feet of tunnel a day.
But that's actually really good.
Yeah, I would say it is.
Yeah.
If anybody out there has never took a pick to a rock, take a hammer to a piece of railroad track, you're going to get the same equivalent.
Yeah, it is impressive.
Holy cow!
But that'd be cool to see, I think.
I would. Not that much is there. It was a tunnel to nothing, really. They did all that work and didn't really find gold, allegedly.
There's other tunnels throughout the area.
But it sounds cool if you're in that area. But also, shifting gears to the Midwest, we've talked about it. You have Gold Rush Days, sponsored by the Buckeye chapter of the GPA.
Yay!
Running September 1st and 2nd in Belleville, Ohio. The chapter president, Tony Ledford, is doing a great job. They're getting involved in the community. There'll be panning demos, duck races, chili cook-off, where there's a new rule this year I saw.
What's the rule?
They have to cook everything with all the ingredients while they're there over an open fire.
Awesome. Go. That's the real way, dude.
Yeah. Yep. So no crock pots, no Chef Boyardee, none of that. It's got to be right there in the pot ready to be made.
Like
that
real
is
camp
awesome.
cooking.
We had to judge that chili contest.
That was fun.
And that was a hoot.
It was.
I don't want to ever do that again.
Me neither. But it was fun.
People really take their chili seriously.
Yes, they do. But there'll be vendors there, and of course, there's lots of creek to get out and have some fun. And Carolina Prospectors, I believe I saw, may try to come up. I'm not sure. I thought I saw a post.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, we at GPS, we've got a couple of friends that are really into that chapter, and I wish them a good time. I think it's going to be fun. They do a lot of good things, what I've heard.
Yes, they do. So now we're going to continue on down to Western North Carolina. We are just running around the United States today. In the town of Switzerland. That's right, Switzerland, North Carolina. From 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on September 1st and 2nd, it's Rock Fest. There will be mine tours, gold panning, gem mining, both days.
It's called Rock Fest.
There will also be food, a free kids treasure hunt, free guided hikes to hidden mines, a blacklight mine tour Saturday night in the Bon Ami mine. Admission for that is $15 for adults and $10 for students. This will be located at Emerald Village in Little Switzerland, North Carolina.
Ew.
Emerald Village is home to 12 historic mines. This place is about an hour away from where the Cronies outing will be held, and that's the Rock Fest.
Cool.
Dude,
Fest.
when you said that, I just got a picture in my head of like maybe 200, 300 kids with colored hair showing up going, oh, I didn't get it.
It's not that kind of rock fest.
It's not what I thought it was.
All right, a couple more, I think, or one more. You had to put this one back in, didn't you? Saturday, September 15th in Frederick, Colorado, it's Miners Day. The 2018 theme is Traditions of the Past Growing Towards the Future, running from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Where, you might ask? Well, there's two parks in downtown Frederick. The Crisp Park at 105th 5th Street and Centennial Park at 630th 8th Street in Frederick, Colorado. Miners Day offers a small-town feel in celebration of their community's mining heritage. The event includes a dynamic parade, exhibitor booths, food refreshment vendors, activity contests, and live entertainment throughout the day. And don't forget, there is a Miners Day beer garden, which will feature local brews. And, of course, don't forget, there are free kids events, which includes a bungee trampoline, bounce houses, inflatables, and face painting. And, of course, per tradition, Miners Day concludes with a spectacular evening concert and fireworks display. And last but not least, also in South Dakota, coming up in September 28th, running Friday all the way through Sunday with September 30th, it is the Custer State Park Buffalo Roundup and Arts Festival. Feel the thunder and join the herd.
Oh, my God.
Did you just feel the force behind what he said? The buffalo.
Whoa.
Watch cowboys and cowgirls as they round up and drive the herd of approximately 1,300 buffalo. Number of animals vary depending on rangeland conditions. Not only is the roundup a spectacular sight to see, it is also a critical management tool in maintaining a strong and healthy herd.
Oh, my
So
God.
join the herd today.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
That's
you,
your
That is
little
awesome.
interest.
you do that too well. No.
Back-
Oh yeah, and by the way, Shad, on the one before the Buffalo Rush, when it says between 5th and 8th Street, I just want to remind everybody, if you've never been a vendor, there's probably going to be stuff all the way down to, it's like they've scheduled off these blocks for that particular event, not saying that you're going to have to walk from one thing to another and not see anything. There's probably going to be vendors all the way down through the roads to the next place, so.
Thanks for clarifying
Thank you
that for us,
the inside
Scott.
scoop.
He
of
must have.
wrong information.
He must
It's in
have.
2 parks, not on a street.
That's what I'm saying. But the 2 parks, there's a street that connects them. You know, from the 8th block to the 5th block. You
Oh.
walk down that street. There's going to be vendors all the way down that street.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Inside
If there's-
scoop there from Swiftwater.
Make a trip out there.
If there's not, well, if somebody goes there, please refresh our memory and tell us about it. But call in.
All right.
Cool. If anybody goes to these local events of interest,
Oh, you got to
please
call
in and
Yeah.
talk about it.
And let us
Because-
especially the metal detecting for kids.
Yeah,
Well, that one's over.
that was
Oh.
last weekend. I wonder how that went.
Maybe
so
somebody
we don't
went.
get to say that anymore.
You know,
All
Dang.
I got now is bungees, bounce houses, and inflatables, and a rounding up buffaloes.
Man.
you know what's funny, Tim, is because I would never laugh at a kid with a metal detector because he's not used to listening to anything except for what that thing's doing, and usually they're pretty dynamos on it.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to
Yeah.
know how that went, though.
Especially when you're metal detecting for kids.
That's right.
Mm.
That's what I want to know, how that went.
You gotta have metal colors.
All right, back to Kathleen.
That was funny.
All right, so that brings us to our fun facts. Tonight's a little bit different. Did you ever wonder where our crazy mining expressions came from? Well, we know that all of us have our own kind of slang. But the language used by miners years ago was very interesting and fun. Mm-hmm. So that's what tonight's fun facts are going to be. Did you know that they used to call underground miners?
No. What?
Underground savages.
What?
Savages.
Savages. And what was the slang expression for a wheelbarrow?
Oh.
Crap.
I don't know.
I don't know. Irish baby buggy.
What?
I don't know what that even means.
I did. You know what? I didn't want to say it. I was like, no, she cannot be talking about that. Really?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was that a bad thing?
No, I mean, people today could take it wrong, but like anybody of our age or statue right now, they would just go, "Oh yeah, I can tell you what it is."
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't
Hope we
because
didn't offend anybody.
No.
well, no,
Right.
you got to remember back in the day when the immigrants come over to New York, they weren't rich. Everybody was struggling. They're all so when they call a wheelbarrow an Irish baby buggy, that means like, there could have been a woman actually carrying 4 of her kids in the wheelbarrow.
I would do that.
Yeah. Why
But
not?
that was but that's
totally
like
would do that.
well, that's like old time stuff, and that's why that's the name. That's where it comes from. And I can't believe I know this story, but it was funny that you said that.
Well, then you may know a lot of these things.
Let's find
Okay,
out.
so a cackler is what they called a miner who let others do the heavy work. So, does that make me a cackler?
we call
I
those
have a Sherpa.
That's right.
we call those high graders.
You might be a cackler.
High graders, okay. A novice miner is known as a Johnny Newcomb.
I thought they were
Yep.
greenhorns.
That's rookie.
Okay.
Like a rookie, okay.
Yep, Johnny Newcomer.
The name Little Red Wagon, that's what were called traveling toilets. Yes. They had at some mines where, I guess back then, and that's what the miners would call it, the Little Red Wagon.
Never knew that one.
Nope.
Or porta pot.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny is in nature, if we see something red, we generally leave it alone.
Maybe.
So
okay.
when they call it the Little Red Wagon, I'd be thinking, maybe not.
Yeah.
Well, that was interesting. That kind of brings me to the next one. What did they used to call gold?
I don't know.
Red.
What?
Why? I have no idea. I don't know.
Man,
That was
never.
something that they used, and blue was silver. I don't know.
That's strange.
That is kind of strange.
You know what? That could have been back in the day code. That way nobody knew what you were actually selling to the banker or giving to the banker. That could have been a code.
I don't know.
That'd be,
Huh.
you know what? That'd be cool to look into.
Kind of weird.
Okay.
Red or
This
blue?
was kinda,
Huh.
yeah. Well, this was kind of interesting. A tick hole. A tick hole.
A tick hole?
This is what they would call a small hole or cavity in a rock.
A tick hole.
Bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, a bug. Yeah, a bug. You said
Bug.
it, Kathleen. A bug.
Yeah, a bug. I've heard it. I think
Bug.
I've
That's,
heard it
yeah,
called a bug
that's what they
before.
call it. That's what they call them out here. Well, there's a couple bugs in it. There might be because that's where the stuff's eroded out of it and it's already gone.
Interesting.
Very
Like
interesting.
if you pick up a piece of quartz and there's like square holes in it, an old time rock miner will go, "Oh yeah, there's bugs in that." You could check around and you might be close enough that you could get some money out of it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, sourdough, I did know this one. This is a miner who came from Canada seeking to make his fortune in America. Most of the sourdoughs, however, returned home with empty pockets. This is during the Klondike.
Yeah.
That's where that term came along.
Okay.
That means you went out to try to find gold and you were kicking rocks all the way home and you had to tell your old lady, "I didn't find anything."
Okay. Now this one's kind of funny, and maybe we should be calling Rich this name. I don't know.
Okay.
A stomach A stomach lobber was what they called the camp cook.
A stomach
The
lobber?
stomach log.
Stomach lobber.
Lobber.
Yeah, lobber.
Stomach
Or
lobber.
they would call you the sizzler or the gut burglar.
Oh, that is priceless.
I get a T-shirt for you, Rich.
The gut burglar.
Gut burglar.
Yeah,
That's a
really.
good name.
Hey, Rich, I'm already saying I'm going to put the first $5 in a donation on that shirt.
Gut burglar.
Oh, yeah. That'd be interesting.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I could see you at an outing barbecuing with that shirt on. I could just totally see it.
Yeah.
Well, I usually have an apron that says hot stuff on it.
Okay. So you need one that says gut burglar.
Although you might have to fight Dennis Dayton for that shirt. I don't know.
Although I did see one of Dennis Dayton's terms in this article, the glory hole.
Oh, yeah.
That is actually
glory
a
hole.
term
Uh-huh.
that they used back then, and it was basically a mine that was loaded.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
The glory hole.
It's funny how some things have changed their meanings over time.
Yeah, right?
Well, back in the time, it's where like you had a little waterfall and like everything fell there and never went nowhere else.
Yeah.
That would be that particular man.
Oh, yeah.
One time. Come on. One time, baby. Just let me find that hole.
Well, I'm sure you go to a truck stop.
It's not much gold there unless I'm selling
jeez.
gas.
All right, I'm
right,
going to move on. I got
moving
three
on.
more.
Later.
Okay, a powder monkey. Does anybody know what that was?
Yeah, that's the dynamite guy that set the charges.
Yes, you knew.
Yeah, you didn't want to be that guy.
But anyway, he was the miner who knew how to use the dynamite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of neat. And another one, this one. Does anybody know what a nose bag is?
Okay, I don't know that one.
It's a lunch break inside the mine.
Really?
You take a lunch break inside the mine.
Oh, that's right, because they brought it in a brown paper bag and they wouldn't. That's right, they'd put their face down in there and shove it in their
Like
mouth.
a horse, right?
Yeah, that way they wouldn't get dust on their food. I totally forgot that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
That
you
is.
stumped me. You stumped me. You got me on that one, and I actually knew it.
And then this was interesting, and this kind of makes sense when I hear the name of bars. Anyway, last but not least, what is a boar's nest?
That sounds like a brothel.
Uh-huh.
It does have women involved. Basically, it's a mining camp where women were not allowed.
I was going to say it's a men's club, but
Yeah.
I guess that'd be the same thing.
Yeah. So that was kind of that's my fun facts, our little mining terms.
I like those mining terms.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Well, you got to remember back in the day in the mining camps, if you had one woman around with 30, 40 guys, there's a rule of thumb. There's only one rooster in a hen house, and it would always cause commotion. So those boar's nests, as she's talking about, they were men's clubs, so they could go and they could talk like we do.
Women were
and
bad news back then, huh?
Exactly. It was like, yeah, if you get too many men together and there's poison, one piece of poison in the whole mix, it's going to turn everything bad. And they didn't want that because, as I know the story, back in the day, miners they knew one another really well. Just like, say, our armed services. If you go in the service, that guy working beside you. You know what he's thinking. You know what he's getting ready to do. You've been around him long enough. And that's where that come to. And if you had, a woman in the batch, they would start getting frisky and husky and fighting. And they didn't want that.
Ah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kathleen, awesome news as always. Loved it. Loved the fun facts.
It was great.
It was
I like those ones.
awesome for sure. All right. Well, now we're going to move along, and we're going to turn it over to Mr. Swiftwater.
And now it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Toney. Join Scott each week as he shares useful information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
Well, I don't know about more gold, but some gold.
Any gold.
We could always say that.
Any gold.
Yeah, any gold. We're good.
Oh, jeez.
But anyway,
Jeez.
I'm glad that you guys have joined in tonight. Like I said, I got a special guest that's probably called in, so I heard.
Yes, we all heard. Jeez, that was loud.
That's right. His name is Brian Chase, and he is known as the Alaskan American on Gold Prospector Space. Like we said, we always enjoy you guys. If you could join up, it'd be cool. But anyway, Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
All right, Brian, you know what? We're going to talk about beach mining, but tell everybody right now kind of where you're at right now, what you're doing.
Well, I'm currently in Maine. That's where I'm at right now. Transferred. I'm active duty Coast Guard, so that's kind of what takes me around the country. Spent some time in Alaska, born and raised up there, and went down to Washington. That's kind of where I got into beach mining, and then just recently transferred over here to Maine, and now I'm trying to find the gold over here. It's a little different over here, that's for sure.
It's kind of funny because you went from one point of the United States clear to the other.
Now
Yeah.
Is there gold on the beaches in Maine?
No, I haven't found them yet. No. I'm just going to go with no.
the short answer, no.
Now, there is gold in Maine, though, right?
Yeah, there is gold. It's about 4 hours away from me, kind of southwest, I guess, from where I'm at right now. It's more in the mountains. I'm on the coast up by Canada there, and there is gold in the streams here. Very little gold, but it's still there. Gets me out. I'm looking for it. Haven't found it yet, but there's it's an adventure.
That's what we like to hear, for sure. But tonight we're going to get on. We were talking about, we've talked on the phone, stuff like that, but we're going to go through pretty much everything we've already talked about. And I just want our listeners to know the ins and outs, the things going on, stuff like that. And I really want to start out with the rules first. What should I expect going up there, say with a camper and a truck, and I want to actually dig on the gold? What do I expect to encounter, and what are the rules that we have to abide by as Washington standards?
All right. Well, that's for the beach, or you want Washington wide? Because I'm pretty much just a beach miner up there.
Yeah, pretty much for the beach. That's what I'm talking strictly beach mining on this show right here.
Alrighty. There's a golden fish pamphlet is pretty much your get out of jail free card for everything in Washington. The beach specifically, they kind of have the beach split up into two zones. There's the land side. Basically, there's the ghost shrimp zone. All right, and you kind of have to stay out of that. Above that, towards the high tide line, you have the fish in the golden fish pamphlet. That's pretty much all you need.
So you'd be better off to have that in your pocket at all times.
Yeah, that's just, a fail-safe. The way I read the rules now, the new golden fish pamphlet came out, it says you don't need anything up there, but I've always been told to have it. It can't hurt to have it. If you get that new game warden on the beach, he's going to want you to have it, so you might as well just have it.
Exactly.
So what's in this pamphlet?
It's basically all the rules for a miner in Washington. It gives you the regulations for your dredging, for your, where you can mine in fresh water. There's only one page dedicated to beach mining because it's pretty open on the beach. As long as you stay outside of the ghost shrimp area, it's just
now explain that, because a lot of people don't know that. Explain that ghost shrimp area.
Well, basically, it's a cross between. It kind of looks like a cross between a crawfish and a shrimp, and they're kind of a low tide creature. They burrow down in the sand, and they're basically protected. So they don't want people digging up the
low tide. You can't go dig out by the water.
Not without an HPA or the golden fish pamphlet. You do have to have that to go down below, but there's really no point anyways, because most of that gold on the beach that we're talking about is up top in that high tide line. It's pretty much pushed up at the top of the beach. So,
okay.
It's
really churned in storms probably, right?
Right. It just pushes it up. Kind of the history of the area is it's right there by the mouth of the Columbia River, and they used to dredge out the Columbia River and dump all the dredgings out on the beach right there, and that's kind of what created that landmass. Well, since then, they have to dump all that way out to sea, and the beach keeps eroding away the dirt and exposing new, basically new gold that they dredged out from the Columbia. So
okay,
it keeps getting exposed. Winter storms.
Because they just dumped it there.
Yeah, they just dumped it there, and they built a park over the top of it.
And what's the name of the park? And that's in Washington, right? What's the name of the park again?
Yeah. Cape Disappointment.
Now, see, that's you know what's funny is because that's where actually I seen one of my first videos on YouTube because somebody did it from there. And like I said, I don't know. I got Brian from a friend that I think did videos, but like I said, he was really informational, and I wanted this to go on tonight. And it's funny. Cape Disappointment is one of the things that you really do see on YouTube quite a bit. A lot of people have talked about it. Brian, what kind of, when you were up there, what kind of equipment did you actually run?
Well, I ran basically it was a combination. It was a high banker sluice box, kind of a Frankenstein deal. The deal is on the beach, you can run 10 square riffle feet, basically. So you can have, as long of a box as you want, as long as the riffle area only adds up to 10 square feet.
Really?
So you can have, 20-foot long box and half of it's riffle and the rest of it's plate.
Do they count like the say the matting in the Gold Cube or the matting in Gold Hog? Do they count that as riffles?
Yes. Any surface that can catch gold, it doesn't have to be the stereotypical riffle. It can be that rough top matting or anything that catches gold. Miner's moss.
So you're only allowed 10 feet.
What's that?
You're only allowed 10 feet.
10
no matter if it's
feet,
up
yes.
or out.
You can arrange it however you want. As far as you just can't exceed 10 square riffle feet. It was probably about I went from an 8-inch to a 9-inch box, and I probably had a 12-foot box, but I was within 12 or 10 square riffle feet. You can, that's basically it. A lot of guys run a lot less than that. I was kind of a fan of longer is better. I kind of I took a lot of notes from Razor, actually, watching him beach mine up there in Alaska.
We all know him.
Yeah, and he runs a real long box, and or used to anyway. I guess he's doing that dredge now. But after watching him and then watching kind of the proportional force videos off of Gold Hog and incremental processing, that real fine gold and that black sand is a real tough thing to work with. And the long and the short of it is you're never going to catch it all, but the longer box you have, in my opinion, the more you will catch. Show it, as many different capture zones as you can. And I don't care what mat you use. You can use any combination of any mat you can. The more the better, in my opinion. I've got probably 3 different brands of mat in there, and it all catches gold, and and there's still gold in the ends, in the tailings. So
Wow.
Yeah, it is fine gold. It is hard to catch all of it. It is truly.
It is super fine. I did find that I like to run it faster. Doc says in his videos, lose the fear of losing gold quite often.
Right.
And it is hard to get over that because kind of counterintuitive. You run a lot faster and you think you're blowing it out, but it really does help in my case. I think I was running Mother Load and Yukon and a couple other variations there. And I did find that if I ran it faster at a shallower angle, then I was actually catching more than I was lower.
I am totally with you on that. That's exactly how I run my box when I'm dry land dredging. Have the motor going, pump the water through it, and have it, semi-level, and let it go.
So, the key is keeping that black sand active, because if it's not fast enough, then it's going to concrete up in your box. If you run it too fast, then you're blowing it all out. So there is a fine. You have to play with it a little bit, but my whole idea was to do it better than the gold cube, because everyone runs the gold cube. The gold cube on that beach does do well, and they change out the mats and this, that, and the other, but they can only run, a couple buckets a day essentially if they're running it real slow. I can double, triple, quadruple that. I mean, I got a couple pictures where in 4 hours I dug a hole I could stand in that was 6 by 6 foot, deep.
Right. And that's what, if that's what you want, if people's going up there to find gold, like myself, this is the stuff I want to know. Oh my gosh, hang on. I got Johnny Rod flying over in a helicopter again.
Every Wednesday.
I'll tell you what, this guy.
He is.
Anyway, this is the information that I want to know, because when I go up there, I really need to know the process. Like you said, there's 10 feet. I don't want to go up there, and you can't dredge, right? You're not allowed to beach dredge.
Well, you can. No, you can dredge up there, but the problem is water supply. You can dredge, but honestly, it's not feasible. You'd have to run 200 yards of line to get water up to where the gold is at. I mean, no one does it. If I could have figured out a way, I would have definitely done it, because I'm out there for the volume of it. If I can run, the whole beach, I could, I would, but I can't.
So the gold is totally up high.
The gold is up high, and the problem is when the water's up high, it almost runs up the whole beach, and so you kind of have to be mindful of moving your operation on those big tides, because it'll take everything away. But when a tide goes out, it goes way out. That beach is real shallow, so it goes out a long way.
So would you request a recirculator more than you would a pump?
Yeah, well, that's what we run up there. Everyone just runs recirculating systems. I ran anywhere from a 2,000 to a 4,500 GPH sump pump and 2 big crates, basically. I had one crate siphoning into the other, because that's the other problem we were having, is that black sand is so fine that it gets into everything, and so it starts running through your pump pretty quick unless you have a good way to separate it.
Right.
And but we kind of figured out with the 2 bucket system essentially, and then every 4 or 5 buckets, depending on how big your catch tub is, you would stop, you'd kind of run a clean out, and then you'd empty your bucket of your tailings, and then you start all over again.
Okay. So in an average day, throw this out there. In an average day, you going out playing with your buddies, just not really working hard, but digging the hole that I've seen that you have dug. What do you think you got out of that in one day?
Well, I can tell you my best day out there, and I only ran 4 hours, because I ran into some other issues. You really got to watch your gear up there. I tried stashing my gear over one night. I think I was only gone. I stashed it at 5, and I think we were back out there at 5 in the evening, and I was back out there at 7 in the morning. And somebody had somebody had pilfered my my table and a couple other items, so I had to kind of rebuild. So you got to be careful about that. But anyway, on my best day, I ran 3 grams in 4 hours, and I was literally just standing in front of my box with a shovel, just shoveling the dirt right around my box, the sand into the high banker.
See, to me, that's kind of a beautiful thing. I mean, we're only allowed to spend 2 weeks there, correct?
As long as you got money to pay, 2 weeks, I think, and then you run out for a couple hours and you can run back in. They just want to give a break for someone to take a spot. But the park is, for the most part, always got openings.
So, okay, so you stay in a park up there. There's no public lands, right?
There's no what?
No public lands?
Well, there is, but there's really not any gold on it. That's the unique thing about that particular spot. And you only have maybe a mile and a half of beach between the mouth of the river and then essentially the lighthouse. And it's all Cape Disappointment Beach right there that has most of the gold. For some reason, it collects there or stays there or something. Because on the other side of the jetty, or the lighthouse rather, on going north, there's almost no gold on the beach. There's still black sand, and there is gold, but I mean, it's really pointless when you can just go to the park, run down to the beach, run a couple hours, and get anywhere from a gram plus. Some guys have stories, they'd run all day and get, some of them are saying 4 to 6 grams.
Wow.
It
So what
just
you're
depends.
saying
It
is
really
the
does depend on
place
the
we
day.
need to go has a campground. It's a park, and you can only stay as long as you pay. Right?
Yep, that's about it. It's about. I did a quick check today, and it was, I don't know about long-term rates, but it was about $35 a night for a basic camping spot for about a 18 to 30 foot trailer. So
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
I mean,
And-
if somebody's
and
come to for 3 nights, that's really not bad at all.
the town is of Ilwaco is right next to it. You're within 4 miles or less, and and there's places that you could pull over and camp for free if you really wanted to rough it. It's a small little it's a nice little small town. There's more options than just the park, and it's real close.
So is that 3 gram a day? Is that your best day? What's your best day?
Well, that was my best day.
Okay.
I was, what ended up happening was, I would go down there, and I'm going to get down there bright and early in the morning, but then, that was the plan I made in the evening, and then I'd have a couple drinks, and then I would not want to get up in the morning. By the time I got down there and set up, it was noon, and then I'd run real fast and hard, and then it was dinner time. The wife and kids wanted dinner, and they were tired of it, and so then I would stop. I'd only get a couple hours a day out of it, or I'd go fishing because you can fish right off the beach there for a surf perch. So I was distracted too, but like I said, a couple of the other guys that I would go with, actually, the guy you were talking to before, I guess Kevin or Goldfather on YouTube,
Yeah.
I think their best day, I believe, was 6 grams, and they're doing, they probably did about 5 or 6 hours, so it's almost a gram an hour on a real good day.
See, that's pretty sweet. I mean, that's what guys like me look for. And I mean, Dennis is the same way. He looks for. I know Dennis wants to see at least 2 grams a day. And Shad and Kathleen, you guys got a quota?
Yeah,
At
about
least 4.
4.
Oh, gosh.
4 grams a day.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 2
Well,
apiece.
together. Yeah.
As I say, you guys
definitely
are going to get a
doable
big
down there.
surprise out here in Arizona.
Dude, we
It's
kill 'em
possible.
wherever we go, man.
Okay.
Don't even.
Now, Brian, are you a member of? Is there any clubs back in Washington that you could actually, like, if you wanted to get in with? Is there any clubs that you know of?
Yeah, no, Central Maine Prospectors is the one that I'm going to be getting into since it's so close to the new season for next year's enrollment. I haven't joined it yet because I think there's one more outing, but I will be joining them come January. And I've already attended one outing with them, and it was a successful outing. It was fun, met a lot of people, and hopefully the next outing will be head out to Coos Canyon somewhere, I think up there in Byron, Maine. So
Did you say Coos Canyon?
That's what it sounded like.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah,
And
I'm looking forward to it.
That's in Maine,
so.
right?
Sorry, say that again?
I said that club's in Maine.
Yeah, that's in Maine. It's in southwest Maine, basically. It's about 4 hours south of where I am, southwest. So
Fantastic.
Heck yeah.
Was you any member in Washington when you were doing the beach mining, or did you just get with the, your friends and stuff and go out and do it?
No, I was a member of Puget Sound Mining Association up there, and that's kind of how I got into it. A couple of my friends, we started off with a couple of guys like, hey, we're going to go out and do some gold panning, and that's actually how I got into gold mining. I'm kind of kicking myself now because when I lived in Alaska, I grew up there, and I actually have gold on my beach as well.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh Lord,
wasn't interested until I was, moved away, and then all of a sudden, I found this new hobby, and it's amazing. It's a great community. I love the people in it, and it's a good time. But got into it in Washington, found that first piece of shiny, and all of a sudden I had to go buy all the equipment. So
I can honestly say I'm the same way. I seen that first 3 gold flakes, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!"
Yep.
Yeah, it's a fever.
I got up with them, and then it was beach mining all the way. I started in the creeks, and then when I hit the beach and I saw what amounted to a ton of gold compared to what I had seen, even though it was small and fine,
Mm-hmm.
I was hooked. Every weekend after that, we're going to the beach, we're going to the beach, we're going to the beach, and it caused a little bit of marital strife, but we got it done.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. Man, oh man. Well, you know what, Brian? Thanks for coming on tonight. I want to appreciate you to give me all the information that I really, really need to know. And it gives me actually good facts that, my old lady was just out here writing things down as you were saying them. So she's looking up stuff right now, and it's gonna really benefit me this year, and I hope it benefits all of our listeners that ever thought about going to Washington or Oregon, because there's only so many places you can beach mine. You can go to Michigan too, but that gets a little iffy.
Mm-hmm.
But those places like that, and then you can ride through Canada, and like I said, I really want to go up through Canada and see old Razor. I just hope I can do it. I'm getting my passport, things like that. But I want to do the beach mining thing 1, 2, and then go up and see him and do 3, and then come on back down. And I think it'd be a fantastic year. And I think me and Razor get along just fine. He's just about as nuts as I am. Of course, if he likes Dennis Dayton, he's good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, I can't wait. But Brian, hey, thanks for coming on tonight, man. I couldn't ask for a better show, and I really appreciate it. And is there anything you'd like to add before we go?
No, I think I'm good. I mean, if anybody has any questions, I'm reachable on the gold prospector space, and yeah, I mean, I'm more than happy to answer questions. I love mining. I love gold, looking for that shiny. So
Well, there you
do
go,
it all
man.
across the country if I can. So
Oh, heck yeah. Way to go.
Fantastic.
Man. We wish you all the luck out there, my friend.
thanks, you guys too. I love following all your shows on YouTube, and and it keeps me going from weekend to weekend. I'll tell you that.
That's great, man. Well, keep us posted, and like Scott said, it was a pleasure having you. Very interesting, and be safe out there. Okay.
Thanks,
All right,
Brian.
Will do.
Brian, take
Thank
care,
you very
buddy.
much.
Good. Be good.
All right.
For anybody out there that's got like the fine-tuned
buddy.
questions, he is the Alaskan American on GPS, so you can write him that way.
Heck yeah. Very cool. Great guess, Scott. Good job. See, Scott just stepped up his game, guys.
Well, you know what? It
Man.
took me long enough. It's not easy. It is not easy.
No, it's
And
not.
I'm so glad that he touched out and said, "Hey, I know about it." And I called him. I'm like, "Oh, you really know exactly what I want to know. So this is going to be awesome."
Hey, that was a very good guest. Yeah.
Yes.
Heck yeah. Good job, Scott. Man, proud of you.
Well, there blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while.
You didn't need no glasses or nothing. Right?
That's not even funny.
That was the best part about it. Well, Scott, great job, brother. Enjoyed this segment. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I did. That was very interesting.
Oh, so do I, because I know for a fact we have some new listeners for tonight, and I want to thank all of them for joining in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
A couple of new listeners actually joined GPS this week, so
yeah, very cool.
It's I like it.
And speaking of,
And hey, sorry, Tim, not
you're breaking up real bad. We're losing you. We're losing you. Don't start ranting.
Do me a favor.
Yeah, exactly, Scott. Yes, of course.
Okay, am I coming in now?
Yeah, now you are.
Okay.
You're not.
No. God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dang it. Damn, quit messing with me. I just wanted to thank everybody that, because in the barbecue, I tell a lot of people about this show. And Tim, if you could go through like everybody that we like, Spreaker, iHeart, all that, just tell people where you can hear us from.
Oh, geez. That list is getting so long anymore. It's like, my God. Let's see. Spreaker, SoundCloud, iTunes, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeart, SoundCloud, what's the other one? YouTube. There's too many. I can't think them all. I guess I should just write them all down someday and have a list here in front of me.
That's all right. But you know what? I'm still grateful for everybody that has come into the barbecue that actually listens to our show, because I usually give them Gold Prospectors Radio.
That's fine. I don't know if that'll link to it or not. You should always tell them Prospectors Radio.
Or not Gold Prospectors.
There you go.
Prospectors Radio.
Yeah, because that'll take them right to it. And like I said, pretty much anywhere you can hear a podcast, you can hear us. We're there. But some of the finer venues, of course, like Spotify and iHeart. So, those are our feathers in our cap, right, guys?
Yes.
Heck yeah! With such an awesome crew.
I'm just glad everybody enjoyed it tonight. I hope they did. It was like I said, I met a new friend that had information. Yes, he is in the Coast Guard. Thanks for your service.
Yes,
Still in the service.
Thank you very much. Yes,
and I think it's funny because he went from one point of the coast to the other point of the coast.
Yeah, it's always funny when they lived in Alaska and never looked for gold, and then they go away and they get the bug, and it's like, dang it, I missed all those years.
What was I thinking?
Yeah,
I know.
Right? Isn't that crazy? But very cool. It was great having him. Maybe we'll have him on again sometime, Scott, to talk more about it. And like I said, great segment. And I want to let everybody know, I know one day this week, Gold Prospector Space was down. We had a SSL issue. They didn't renew it or something. I don't know what they did, but it was down, and it's back up, running, full speed ahead. Everything is fine and dandy, so no worries there. I also want to welcome, we got a new patron, Mike Roller. We want to thank you, Mike, for joining us on Prospector Radio.
Congratulations.
Patrons, and we will be giving away our first gram of gold to one of our premium patrons this week. We'll be announcing that. So if you're a premium patron, be watching.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that parrot nugget? I think it was in Dennis's hand. It had to be. He said something about the patrons, futures patron. I don't know. It was what did he say? 5.1 gram nugget.
I don't know.
Yeah, I seen it on Facebook. I was like, wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, for one of his patrons. One of his
premium patrons, when he gets so many or something, I think it is. But
yeah.
Kathleen, you said something when I was saying that. What was it?
I can't remember.
I can't remember neither. I heard you start saying something. And Scott,
are we going to announce it on Sunday, the premium patron giveaway, or do you just
we
announce
will.
it on...
We will announce it Sunday.
Okay.
That'd be better. Yes, we certainly will.
Cool.
Is there anybody going to be on Sunday or just...
No, just us.
Cooley's Corner and all that? Cool.
Yep,
okay.
Rich will be here. Yep. Oh, yeah, Cooley's Corner, of course, is always on Sundays, and who knows what else we'll come up with by Sunday. It's not Sunday yet, so you never know. You got to tune in to find out. We want to thank everybody for being here tonight with us on Prospector Radio, and don't forget to tune in Sunday night at 7:30. We'll be here again, as always, and maybe Dennis might be able to get a signal, and he can give us a call Sunday and let us know how everything's going up in Roaring Camp. Dennis, if you hear us, good luck, have fun, enjoy, and we missed you.
We love you, brother.
Yep, we missed you, and we hope to hear from you Sunday, so... that cover everything, guys? I think it did, right?
I think it did.
Happy birthday, Dennis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday, Dennis. And we forgot about that. Dang it. All right. So, on that note.
It's Dennis's birthday. Really?
It was a couple days ago. I think.
It was a couple days ago.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, I wished him happy birthday on Facebook. So.
Oh, man, if I knew that, I might have sung a special happy birthday.
Oh, you still can Sunday if he calls in. So. All right, so on that note,
sing me happy birthday.
You can sing Kathleen happy birthday. Sing a ball.
I did. Birthday. Happy birthday, Kathleen.
It ain't her birthday yet.
Happy birthday,
Kathleen.
Save it. Not till Sunday.
Save it for Sunday. Save it
there.
Save it
barbecue
there.
boy.
Yeah, barbecue boy. All right, on that note, we're out of here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you all Sunday night. Good night,
everybody.
Gold
Diggers.
Good night.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.